Well, today was a day of discovery for students at Woodroe Petty Elementary School in Taft. They got to meet some real-life ocean explorers. Part of the crew of the Nautilus submarine were able to video chat with the students today as they searched the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. The crew is currently working off the coast of Hawaii, conducting sonar mapping. The Nautilus, for those who are not aware, is owned and operated by Dr. Robert Ballard, and he's the same guy who found the Titanic. Today's chat is all about teaching students about the ocean.
We really want kids to know that there's a whole world out there that still needs to be discovered, and that as they grow up, they can be the ones to discover it, film it, photograph it, write about it. We want to inspire them.
The students got a first-hand look at what the explorers were seeing in real time along the bottom of the Pacific.
Well, it's time to get your apples again. They are selling them again at